What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 304, and we're recording on Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we have the jet-lagged Warren.
안녕하세요, 친구s. It's
and
me.
Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform. Sub to us on YouTube. Join the SojuTalk Discord. Be a part of the nation. Get to vote on the songs. All that good stuff. All right. We took a week off. Warren went to Korea. This mad lad came back yesterday at like noon and we initially planned for him to record with us like 7 hours after he came back from a flight to Korea. But
I have to admit that was fully planned and I was like ready to go. But what was not expected?
Really?
No, I was ready to go. I was very awake and because I slept on my entire flight back. The only issue was I caught a cold somewhere in between. And I lost my voice a little bit. So if I sniffle here and there today, that's what that's from. But hopefully.
Yeah, but Warren's back. We gave him a day of rest. We're here. Well, even Warren went to work today, which is crazy to me, but he did it.
It's fine.
But Warren will talk about his trip next week. Because this week we have a catch-up episode. Let's just get into the big new releases. We got 5 of them, right? TXT, Over the Moon, VIVIZ, Shhh, XG, Howling, ATEEZ, Ice on My Teeth, Meow, Toxic. Okay. In the last 2 weeks, everyone and their mother released the song. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Some of the songs we're missing. There's a JYP song. There's an NCT Dream pre-release and title track. And Hypen's in here. Hwasa's in here. Oh, that's a B-side. Jin, Taeyeon. We missed a lot. If there's ever in like a couple weeks a slow week because of all the award shows, maybe we'll come back and cover some of these. But just know the 5 that got voted in today were the ones that had the most votes. So we had democracy on the server. We did not rig our votes like some people think the election might have been. Ours was a clean election of democratic process for these 5 songs. We are here now. If you want to influence the vote going forward, I highly suggest you join the Discord. You can vote on the songs we cover every week. Boom. All right. TXT, Over the Moon, they are from Big Hit. Last 3 songs, Deja Vu, Chasing That Feeling, Sugar Rush, Ride. How do we feel about Over the Moon?
Are y'all over the moon about it? Sorry.
I think based on their general musical trajectory and like their catalog, this felt like oddly too calm. I don't know how to put it.
Too calm, too tame.
No,
too boring.
It's not.
I get it.
No, I meant to say like it's very like just pop. Like it's very much like
Standard.
that genre, very accessible to like general audience, I would say. And it feels to me like I wanted to call it like a breather track for them, because I know they do a lot of like very like lore driven music videos and like a lot of different genres they've explored before. Very intense and like varying in choreography. I feel like this felt like a bit more dialed down, and it's not a bad thing. It was just surprising because I guess I'm used to the higher paced. Yeah.
I think like if I think about the TXT catalog, now that you bring that up, like I think of it in 3 phases, right? I think of the early stuff where it was a little youthful, it was a little like a fairy tale almost, and then you have the middle bit where like it was a little emo all of a sudden, the teenage angst.
Quite a bit.
And then after that, they've kind of been going in several different directions, which I haven't really been able to pinpoint what direction that exactly is. But Over the Moon in particular felt like it was like almost like a implicit callback to like their earlier stuff a little bit. The way it feels a little standard poppy, the way it feels almost hopeful and optimistic. It's a little dreamy at the same time. If you look at the second half of the chorus, there's these bum 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 bum. Those like arpeggios notes in the background that I felt like was really adding to that mood of like this dreamy, this optimistic, this positive, yet not completely at the same time. You know what I mean? Like that kind of mood, which kind of mirrors their earlier stuff. Not super explicitly, but like, I don't know. Like that's the vibe I was getting with Over the Moon. It was like OG TXT vibes, maybe a little bit. Just me? No?
Hey, I like what I also agree. This is a bit of a callback. Make K-pop again, Mecca. That's our new thing, guys.
What?
This song is like classic K-pop, right? There's nothing wrong with doing that in 2024. If anything, kind of feels like a palate cleanser, right? Sometimes these groups go off the deep end. They're trying to chase the dragon, chase the meta, right?
Oh.
These guys are like, we're just gonna do a K-pop song here. We're gonna show you our K-pop choreography in the chorus. It's gonna be great. You're gonna like it because we're good at dancing. We're gonna remind you of that, right? I kind of like that approach. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm an old head, and I yearn for Gen 2 style K-pop that we once had, right?
Is it Gen 2?
No, this isn't Gen 2, but maybe I'm yearning for like classic K-pop style songs. You know,
You're saying it has patterns from the classic era of Gen 2 K-pop.
yeah, it has a strong dance, right? It's nothing too crazy. We're just having fun here. We're showing how good we are at dancing, you know? If anything, I kind of like how minimalistic this music video was. Sometimes TXT music videos, I remember, I think the last one was like they were superheroes out in that one, right? And it was kind of all over the place and crazy. This one, essentially, they went somewhere, rented this church-looking thing, went to a pier, and we filmed the music video in the pension too, right? That's all we did here. It wasn't anything too outrageous in this music video, and then it's all grounded by the fact that they, TXT is good at performing. That's what the core of TXT initially was. Everyone was like, "Have you seen their live performances? They're so good." That's what we're getting here, which I like.
I will admit, like, dance aside, their vocal performance is like, you can also clearly tell they've come a long way from their debut era, and that second phase of era I was also talking about. Like, there were a lot of moments where they do K-pop boy groups do this a lot, where they become very airy and very like top heavy. This is very prevalent in K-pop in specific, and I feel like TXT in particular was kind of, I don't want to say they were ahead of the curve in that, because that trend started a long time ago. But they are they were one of the first ones to become a lot more breathier and a lot more like airier in the way they sing. And I felt like this was a very clear example of them being really strong at doing that, rather than them using that because that's the only thing they can do. For example, like if you go into like the 41st second there, I think that's Taehyun who's singing. He's singing along with another person, I forget his name. But the way Taehyun sings, it's just very fragile but firm at the same time, if that makes any sense. It's like very, like JYP would hate this. He's like very half air, half voice kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like, but Taehyun over here is like 80% air, and it sounds really firm. You know what I mean? Like I felt like that was like a very strong characterization of the way they sing. Typically.
I also think the choreo is really TXT-like. I don't know how to describe the TXT aesthetic, but there's a lot of these shots where they switch the formation, they get in a clump, right? And then four dudes kind of like, imagine like a flower blooming, they move away a little, and then one guy in the middle does like a dramatic, like that kind of thing, you know? That's so TXT. I don't know why it is.
Could you do that one more time?
No, I'm not
No,
doing it again.
please do that one more time.
He shakes his head and then he like counts with his fingers on his head at the same time. If you think about it, that's such a TXT move. Like think about Runaway from back in the day. They had a lot of that type of movement too, you know?
Lots of detailing.
Yeah, that's a really, I think that's a TXT kind of hallmark. I enjoyed the song. Is it like an iconic song for them? Probably not. But is it above average because their skill level is above average? They sing well, they dance well, song's pretty exciting. Yeah, I think it's above average, but I don't think it's like a banger, you know? That's how I kind of feel with this one.
I think where I feel like the song is missing a little bit is the song feels a little bit one-noted in terms of dynamics.
Yeah, there's no stakes on the song.
There's not a key moment that really stands out. The entire song flows really well. I'm not complaining about the pacing or the flow or anything. All of that happens very, very naturally, organically, except for two things. One, like I mentioned, there's not really a key moment that really stands out, like a huge climax, which the song would do really well from having. And then the other part of it is it comes to a very abrupt ending near the end. Like
I agree.
Right? Like it is one of those songs that made itself really short because they decided to remove the third act of the song, just doing 2 choruses, 2 verses, and calling it a day. And so you have the situation where like you have all the room now to build flow and build pacing, but on the other hand, because you cut it so short, we're left wanting something more. I don't know. Not really a huge fan of this pattern for obvious reasons. But I mean, it's not like something that's like song breaking by any means,
Yeah, I just think this song was kind of just a showcase of like their super strong fundamentals, singing, the dancing, the formations, how clean they are. But I don't think we're really pushing anything too forward in terms of artistry or like genre breaking or anything like that, Okay, we're good. Let's move to the next song. We got VIVIZ, which they are from Big Planet Made. Big Planet Made's doing kind of interesting stuff lately. Their last 3 songs, Maniac, Pull Up, and Love Aid. I like this track.
You do?
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. The the chorus, right? I think it's quickly approaching, really repetitive, but it doesn't get there 100%. So I think it's still acceptable, but we're real close for me.
Wow,
I was like, is this repetitive or do I enjoy this? And I kind of enjoyed it. I like VIVIZ. Warren doesn't. I could tell by the expression.
I'm a little okay. I'll go last. Anita, you go.
Oh shit.
I think I'll say this. I like the direction of the concept because I think this feels like a natural progression from the Maniac vibe. I think especially in the choreography, I want to say like it's leaning towards a more mature, more sexy concept in a bit without being like maybe too emphasized. I want to say I think it was done well. I think it fits them, the 3 of them, and it sets apart like comparisons of what they used to do with G-Friend. I feel like this feels like this feels more like a new stage for them. This is their kind of like the identity they want to have as a group. The sound itself, like the song, I thought it was interesting because I didn't know how to describe it, but it felt like a throwback to kind of the more, it's not Boombatan, maybe, I don't know, or reggaeton, but it felt like something similar to that, and it's been a minute since I've heard it. I don't know if that qualifies as that genre, but that's what it reminded me of. So it's interesting, and I'm just confused because using that as the main sound and then adding like these guitar sections, I think it at least happened twice. I don't know if I was convinced that it was necessary, but it was interesting.
But by guitar sections, are you talking about the boy she, that thing?
No. There's like there's sections where it's like it's kind of a breakdown, but it's not. I think it happens again in the bridge where the sound changes. Like it's not the same beat, and we're just going like full on like the electric guitar instrumentals.
Okay.
I think in the imagery they're like in this like dirt.
Oh, is this after
type.
the second chorus? After the second chorus?
I think so. I think it happens twice. It happens twice that I remember, but it was an interesting combo to hear those 2 types of genres in there.
I definitely hear the Moombathon. It's I wouldn't really quite say it's Moombathon, but it has the rhythms of it.
I don't know. Yeah.
They were definitely pulling from trap rhythms a lot more. And felt like a combination at certain points. Very busy drums. Very busy arrangement in general. Very busy vocal top lines in general. It's a very busy song. There's a lot going on, especially once you hit the first half of the chorus. Like, there's the vocal chops, there's the vocal top line, there's a secondary vocal top line, then there's the ad-lib on top of that, there's the bass, there's the trap drums that's like constantly, that thing, and then you have like the rest of the instruments sitting around. It's a very busy situation, and I'm like, why? Like, you know what I mean? Like, And sure, chorus needs to be a high stakes moment where it's like very high energy, but like it does not feel organized. It does not feel like we're adding a lot to each other. Just feels like a very big hodgepodge of instruments that's not, I don't know. And I feel like that kind of speaks to the overall flow of the track as well, because like you mentioned, Anita, there's a lot of transitions, there are a lot of change ups in the track, like the Moomathon moments, and then you get to the second half of the chorus where it's like boy she, and like that's, I don't know, that felt like a little over the top for me. I felt like it was very clear that they were just trying to pull something that's very repetitive and like earwormy, and I was like, that's just not
catchy. Yeah,
it's
earworm, dude. I got wormed, man.
like sushi. Yeah.
Sure, this is great.
I don't know. I felt like it was a little too much for me. Especially because there were a lot of moments where I felt like you needed like a proper transition or something. Like, for example, like if you get to the final chorus run, they start off the chorus with like a very like low piano. And it's like a very dark moment all of a sudden, and it's very abrupt. And then those dark pianos, they sound awful. They're fucking terribly mixed. It is just not really a good combination of things in my ears personally. And on top of that, VIVIZ is rapping a lot, which I don't think that was a good idea, if I'm very honest with you.
It's okay. Should be kind of dance break thing at the end. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Short hair.
It was great.
I will admit, like I remember with Maniac, like the community responded really well to like the mature concept. Like I definitely feel like it's a good idea. To keep
by the way, our server loves VIVIZ.
Do they? All right.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
It is what it is. I don't know what you want me to do.
I liked it. I thought it was a fun time. I thought, okay, number one, why are bathrooms the meta right now? Like, cherish my love. Now we're in another like bathroom here. Like, kind of unhygienic, guys. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Public bathrooms, they've cleaned it.
Oh hell no!
I'm sure it was clean.
Only public bathroom I like is at Buc-ee's. You know, there's someone cleaning the bathroom 24/7. By the way,
who has a list of favorite bathrooms?
You could Google Buc-ee's bathroom. Literally, there's articles about how nice the bathrooms are.
It's really nice.
It has the Korea
I've never
parking.
gone, but I've seen
It has the
videos.
Korea parking thing where you can look at the ceiling and tell which stalls are occupied or not.
Oh wow, okay.
And in America, it's a full door, not the see-through shit.
Oh shit, like a full on
room. It's room bathrooms.
Wow.
And there's about 50 of them.
It's very fancy.
Very fancy. But transitioning back to VIVIZ,
yeah.
I got earwormed. I think this is fun. I like what they're doing here. Maybe I respect my OGs too much, but I'm having a good time. I'm looking forward to the G-Friend thing that's going to happen too, they said. I'm also very excited for that. I think Warren's a bit of a sourpuss, if we're gonna be honest here. I think this was fun. I think it bordered. You know what was my craziest thought? I was watching this and I go, man, this thing's really long. It's almost dragging. It was only 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Oh no!
That's where we are in 2024.
Oh no,
we're
dog!
at 3 minutes 20 seconds. I was like, man, we're going real long here, guys.
Your attention span.
I've been looking at too many TikToks and YouTube shorts then.
Oh man.
Great.
That being said, I don't think this was amazing, but I thought it was fun. Sometimes K-pop should be fun, and that's what this one was for me. We good?
Good.
I have no comments.
If you thought I was biased on that review, wait till this next one. We have XG Howling. They are from XGALX. Last 2 songs, If You Know, You Know, Something Ain't Right, and I don't know why I only put 2 here. But yeah, those were some of the previous tracks. Okay. I really like this song. Like, it's gonna get a monster score, by the way, when we get the Soju score.
Wow.
Are you guys in agreement with me, or am I crazy?
What do you mean by monster, though?
You giving it a 10? First 10?
Oh,
10?
I'm not gonna give it a 10.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I am gonna make you know what? I'll spoil something. I'm making a game time decision between an 8 and a 9. for this one.
Whoa.
Okay, just
Okay.
just so it's on paper, the score I'm gonna give today is already written on my screen. I know I have no evidence, but I've already decided on this when I was on my flight yesterday.
Okay.
Like just so we're putting that out there when you get to that part. But I'm with you. I like the song too.
This is amazing.
This is a really fucking good song.
I know it.
This is one of the best songs we've discussed this year.
I agree.
Whoa.
I agree.
This is easily top fucking tier. I don't know how you know what I mean?
You know how like recently XG has been doing too much rapping, not enough singing, right? Like lately.
This was a great balance.
This was a fantastic balance. This was a well-balanced meal. You had the main course. You had some veggies, dude. You had some bread going on. You had a nice drink with you. That's what this one was, dude.
It's a full course. It's a full course.
It was a full course.
You got the soup, you got the salad, you got the bread, you got the pasta, you got the entree, dessert. I have to once again say XG's rap is fucking top tier.
Yes.
It is,
Everybody ate.
dare I say, one of the best raps in K-pop at the moment. Boy groups, girl groups, soloists, everybody.
Ooh, yeah.
Jurin in particular. Holy shit, that second verse, my God. It's just kept on fucking going. God, wow. Holy shit. I feel like whoever wrote these verses have a very, very good fucking understanding of how drill should sound like. The song is mostly in drill, and then you have a couple change-ups in the trap later, especially in the chorus. But the verse, it relies heavily on the drill rhythm in terms of the drums and also in terms of the rap itself. It works really well. It's very well paced, flows really well. It sounds really good. The voice tone is really good. There's lots of good change-ups. The moment it changes, all the change-ups from member to member to member is like
so good.
So fucking good.
Yes.
It is not a fucking joke. It is so good. That beat is so good too. You hear that standing bass with the jazz drums?
Member changes are amazing, and then the also the transitions between like the rap section into the singing section into the chorus are all fantastic changes too. It always makes sense.
You know what I love about the fucking chorus is like this Wolfpack concept.
Yeah.
They've already
Love it.
done with Woke Up, and this is a further expansion on that. You know what I mean?
I love it.
I love it. And like it's a little gimmicky, so like I understand this is not gonna be for everybody, but like the way they played that into doing like that kind of chorus, you know what I mean? Like everybody does that kind of chorus except with XG. It's like suddenly it's like a Wolfpack howling, you know, calling out their wolf mates. I'm like, holy shit! You added meaning to something that does not get meaning typically. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not complaining. I'm trying to see what else did I like. Anita, you liked the Wolfpack theming from Woke Up.
I do.
Yeah.
I think so. I feel like they've been very consistent. So the fan name Alphas, and they've alluded to it before. I really like how they developed it, and they kind of push it even further with different songs. This in particular, I thought had a very interesting concept because, like you say, it's talking about like the pack, and they'd show that, but visually also like the costumes they have, like the wolf representing costumes. It reminded me a lot of the film Princess Mononoke. So that outfit coupled with some scenes they have where they have like nature and like fighting against this type of machine or like artificial, I don't know. I feel like the storyline was very interesting, and visually how they were representing that was really cool. There's a scene where somebody is walking in the ground, right, and there's like flowers, grass rising with each step. That's a shot from the film, but it's an animal that's walking. So I feel like it was very cool how they kind of reinterpreted some of that a bit, made it more modern, and like did their own twist on it. And choreo is always crazy with XG. But I saw some of the live stages.
They're so
good. I think
crazy.
What I find really interesting is that they technically choreo is a little slower. Like it's not super fast. It's not super like complex, but it it's very dynamic and like their levels and like formations and so much floor work. I thought it was really cool how they made it work with this beat.
Bro, XG, so good. They play to their strengths every single time, right? Like, even their, what I would consider not top tier songs are still good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is one of the most well-oiled machines. And I know some people don't consider them K-pop, but in the type of songs that we cover on this show, it is such a well-oiled machine right now. It's insane, right?
I agree. Very agree.
Wow.
Much agree.
They're doing such crazy stuff.
If I had to nitpick, like if you like tied me down, put a gun to my head, and you're like, please nitpick something, I think I would pick two things, right? I think one, them leaning harder into the trap drums. I felt like that was a little basic, but like at the same time, it's fine. Like, remember, the trap drums are fucking like a basic essence of the genre at the moment. And the other part of it is the lyrics. I think there was a lot of great moments that stood out as like a great moment of the lyrics. Like, for example, I think Jurin begins her lyrics with in the second verse, what is it called? She's like National Geograph. What was that line? Moonwalk on the rooftop like a wolf. I move like Nat Geograph. That part was like, God fucking, that with a zoom shot, the boy. I felt like that was a great moment. That verse, that little line there. It's like one of those like, oh shit, those moments. I felt like this song would have benefited from having more of those moments a little bit, because there was a lot of clever play into the Wolfpack theming and all that. But like there was a couple moments where like you guys are essentially a rap song at the moment. That something like that would really, take it to the next level, I think. But that's not to say I don't like the lyrics. The idea of them portraying themselves as a wolf pack, like you're either with us or you're not one of us, that feels very, it's very core to hip hop, but it's also very core to the K-pop community at the moment. It's like a very, you know what I mean? Like it's in a bit of an unhealthy way, a call to the fandom a little bit.
I was expecting at the end of this to have one of those join us type things, right? Like I was expecting one of these indoctrination things.
Become a part of the pack.
Yeah. I was expecting something like that towards the end, but they basically did it through the song. This is it's just so cool. They spent so much money again on this music video, right?
Oh, the visuals are fucking top tier.
We got dragons going through the sky, dude. Like, and they don't look like shitty like AI dragons. You know what I mean? Like, even if they're using AI, I don't know to what extent it looks. At the end of the day, as long as it looks clean, I don't think anyone cares. To be honest.
It's like very clean, but like it's very like dirty and grimy and like occulty.
Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah, it's really well done. It's like stylistically not. We've come so far from like K-pop music videos in the early 2010s. This feels very cinematic. It's obviously it's the result of a lot of money, time, and effort, and it's not something every company is going to be able to afford to do with their limited budget. But I mean, I'm not gonna ignore the fact that this fucking looks good.
Here's some of the highest praise I could give a song like this, right? This is the type of song I wish more people would find out about. This is the type of song that I wish one day on his subathon Kai Cenat would play and react to it and be like, holy shit, who are these people? Because I think it's that good of a package going on here. Which is rare to say. And that one scene where they're leaning further and further, but they're all wolves howling. What a great image! Oh my god, it was so cool. Yeah, I could just talk about how good this song is for like the rest of the episode, but we can't. That being said, absolute banger of a song. Please check it out.
Jason
it's
Deweenie, look at me. Play the song and whatever.
Play the song, please. Fandom.
ETA first, now this.
Text this song. All right, let's go to the fourth song. ATEEZ, Ice on My Teeth. They are from KQ. Last three songs is Work, Crazy Form, and Bouncy, the K-Hot Chili Pepper song. Okay, let's talk about this one. Number one, first thing, a lack of grills in this song, considering it's called Ice on My Teeth. Am I crazy in thinking that was like the first thing I thought when I watched this? Like,
that's what it's about, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally called Ice on My Teeth. They talk about the dentist. You know, like
They do.
They even have a dentist scene in this music video. We don't got any grills. There's no ice on these teeth.
No.
I don't know.
Normal teeth.
That being said, before we get into the song review, I kind of they looked great in this Peaky Blinders-esque music
I like
video.
that. The
Wow,
styling was
this music video was
good.
one of my favorite. Like in terms, I'm not talking about the song. I'll get to the song later. But in terms of the music video, I thought the aesthetic and the vibe for a guy music video was fantastic. I thought the outfits were great. Okay, there was one outfit I didn't like too much. Hyunjung's like Gollum outfit, dude. When he starts singing with the squiggly hair. Oh my god, please, can we stop?
Oh.
Like, I know it's meant to be
don't
trolly
remember
and provocative. I absolutely hated it, you know. But that being said, the rest of the outfits I really enjoyed. The song though, man.
The song.
I didn't know if I was getting down to this song or it just made me feel really old.
Why does it make you feel old? What does this have to do with age?
I was having a decent time listening to. The more I listened to this song, I was like, okay, yeah. But at the same time, I was like, I don't think this is that good though. Like I was like distastefully enjoying this one, if you know what I mean, right?
I mean, I will admit, as I have said in the very earlier episodes of Soju Talk, I am a connoisseur of the garbage music, if you will.
Oh.
Back then, it was the likes of Super B and Uneducated Kid and Zene Dazilla. Now it is the likes of Fleeky Bang, Polo Del Red. What are these stupid Shy Boy Toy? Like these stupid ass names. I will very gladly admit that I like that kind of music. You know what I mean? Like those very trap drill heavy, very, you know, the ice on my teeth, you know, that is, come on. I mean, every rapper talks at some point about ice somewhere on their body. And you better be pleased that it is teeth instead of your pee-pee, you know what I mean? Like,
What?
So from my perspective, from my perspective, what I'm trying to tell you is that I am being told when I'm listening to the song, ATEEZ is telling me, please treat me like a rap song, similar to the way Woke Up presented itself back on XG. You know, it has rap verses. The vocal lines are treated like rap verses until you get to the chorus, which is also very not very, you know, vocal heavy. The bridge leading to the chorus is a little vocal heavy, but it is a mere transition, you know, in the overall song. The beat itself follows like this mustard type, ratchet type beat. So
wait, I have a question about that beat.
Yeah.
I think I've heard it before. It's a
very common beat.
Is it?
I mean, it kind of sounds like their last song Work, honestly, at certain points.
It does, but I feel like this beat, like the moment I heard it, I was like, wait, I've heard this before. Doesn't it sound like Taiga? Like Taste?
Anita, it's ratchet type music. It's like DJ Mustard type kind of beat.
It really sounds like that one.
It does. Yeah, it does. There's down to the way the drums sound, the way those vocal ad-libs are added. If I had to say something unique here about ATEEZ with Ice on My Teeth, it's the little violins. That sound, I don't know, I think they sound pretty nice. It was a little fun touch. But because of the way this entire track is presenting itself, I have to admit the rap needs to be really fucking on point for this song to sell itself, and that's what it comes down to for me. I think there are definitely good moments, right? For example, I think Hongjung does a really good job with the two verses he has. The one in the first verse and the second verse, I think he has a bit of a different tone for each. Did not hate it. I don't like his outfit either, Doug. I will admit, but I think the
outfit. But I thought the rap, it was like trolly in a playful way. Like you could tell what he was trying to do. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The issue is with everybody else. I'm like, I don't think you guys are rappers. I'm sorry. I'm not sold. The lyrics were not particularly great either. Like how many glasses do we have? Woo, 8. How are we? What are you? What?
I've been playing like tennis. Grand Slam like tennis. Like they could have said Dennis the Menace, you know, they could have used some other words there, you know, could have more interesting lyrics.
the concept of having ice on any part of your body is like, it's such a fun way to like play out. There's like so many things you can say about having so much cold things on your body, because it is such a big part of like, you know, it's a big trope in rap music, and it feels like they missed all the opportunities to, you know, kind of go there. You know what I mean?
Okay, let me say something. That San scene when they're burning the stuff behind them is one of the best shots of the year. Like, the vibes were there.
Is he the guy with the glasses?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great
Yeah.
shot. Is he not the coolest man in the world?
He's
for
a
that
good-looking
section,
man.
Right?
He's a good-looking
He's
lad.
the coolest dude in the world for that, like, the 20-second part.
I will
Literally
admit, yes.
the coolest dude. Yeah. Like, especially when he, like, does the, you know what I mean? I was like, bro, what a great scene. I mean, how are you feeling overall? Is it meh? Is it, good? What are we feeling?
mean, I don't hate it, because I think the vibe of it, like you mentioned, and I think it has a lot to do with like the styling that they chose, a lot of like the concepting of the music video.
Yep.
It's cool. It's very like, I don't think I've seen it in K-pop yet, or maybe I missed it.
No, we
but
haven't seen too much Peaky Blinders type,
Yeah.
you know, like classic male
Inspired.
masculine suit look is what they're going
yeah,
for, you know.
it was cool. The long coats, the tie, glasses. I thought it was cool. The vibe is cool. I do agree with the criticism on the lyrics a little bit, because it does take you out a bit.
The pronunciation also took me out.
The teeth.
Hey, let's put it this
it's
way.
a hard word to pronounce, I think.
Yeah, there's no
especially-
TH sound in
Yeah.
Korean. But to be fair, if XG could figure out how to pronounce TH sounds, ATEEZ can as well. That's my take.
Well,
yeah, I just think
the
it's just-
TH sound exists in Japanese and it doesn't in Korean.
All right. Also, there was another. There was another word that I thought got like really butchered the pronunciation of. Trying to find which one was priority. I think got like wrecked too. They say priority. I think is how it came out.
I mean, like
Like they cut out a syllable to make it fit the beat. I get it, right?
yeah.
But yeah,
They had to make it
I
three
can
syllables.
overlook pronunciation though. Like I think pronunciation is like not a huge deterrent. It's like the actual
Content?
content of the
Yeah.
lyric. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
fair.
Cause like
Yeah.
look right before the priority line. They say, "I am right now like a violin. I sing on the top." I've played violin 16 years of my life. I've never considered myself the guy that sings on the top. Like that is what you know what I mean? Like
Oh.
maybe he's talking about the first violin. Typically
I
having
have a different line. I had a different line that I was like,
what line did you have trouble with, Anita?
It's Mingy.
Mingy, what did he say?
He's like, it's like chocolate. Hit that booty, shake it.
Oh yeah, that one.
Like, it was like,
That was a diabolical line, dude. Holy shit.
And the way it ends and then goes into like vocals or a different person. It was just like question mark.
Like how could you just say that and then walk away? You know. Like,
I mean, ATEEZ.
chocolate,
Performance,
gotta hit that booty. You know, like goddamn, dude. No one in the room said like, goddamn, this man. Like if I was in the room, I would have started dying. You know.
Oh.
And he said it like seriously too. That was the
did, he
funniest
did.
part. He didn't say it like funny, like you're trolling, right? He just said it.
If I could shake my ass, I would for Mingy. You know what I mean? I'll do it. I
And
don't
then,
know if I can.
and then he hits the window, looks into your soul, and says, "Shake it."
He does. He does that.
Oh my god, that was amazing. You know, this is one of those songs that, like, I don't know. The more I listened to this today, the more I was into it. Like
the vibe is
the vibe
there.
Is
It's
fantastic.
just,
Yeah, but the content, holy shit, what are we doing? I'm very conflicted about this one.
Here, as we wrap up this section of the podcast, I'm gonna read you a little quote from the press release
Oh yeah, let's do it.
about ice on my teeth.
okay.
we are trying to become real in this world where different values are always conflicting with each other.
Okay.
Like rawness that sits on top of classicness, we are like a very well fitted suit, and also like this diamond that is on my teeth. I have no idea what that has to do with the lyrics.
I think what they're saying is like we could have decorum, we could be a well-presented person, but when we get down, we get down. You know what I mean? I think that's what they're trying to say.
I think they're trying to say we are real, just like these diamonds, but like none of that is not properly portrayed in this track.
They should have used that. They should have used that in the song.
Yeah, you talked about how much ice you have and how cold it is, and that you are like a violin, but like. Like I don't
It's
know.
like that Usher line, the lady in the streets put a freak in the bed. I think that's exactly what that press release is trying to say, honestly.
Yeah.
At least that's what it's coming off to me as.
We tried.
We tried our best.
We tried.
All right, let's go to the last song. Meow with Toxic. Black Label, last song, Meow. Very interesting choice of song here. Was not what how do I define this song, or what do I call this?
Like
There was a lot of
R&B?
falsetto.
Modern R&B.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, R&B.
It reminded me of this song by Flume. Do you guys know that?
Oh,
Never Be Like You.
Did
That
we
kind of
enjoy
like
this though?
techno pop type.
It does have a very big electronica flavor to it. Like a lot of the synths that are used are like very classic analog synths, but they've been mixed in a very like modern way. I don't know, Doug, you go first. Do you like this?
I think I enjoyed the music video more than the song. I thought there was a little too much falsetto. Like I thought the shots did a great, like more than the last video. I thought that this video did a great job of saying like, here are our members, right? We had a girl kiss in a mirror, and it took me like 20 minutes to realize she wasn't just kissing another member of this group. I was like, are we going there? And then I realized, and then someone in the Discord wrote, no, it's a mirror. I said, shit, you know? I was like, are we really pushing the boundary?
Doug. You were baited.
I was baited into this one. This also kind of gave up that kind of like, not in terms of content, but that like hazy party like euphoria vibe that people are into these days. You know what I mean? Kind of gave that off to me. Like it's that vibe like when you're at a party and you're too many drinks in, but you're just vibing. You know, I feel like that's what the music video kind of felt like to me.
Okay.
That being said, the message of this music video is like, yeah, I'm in a toxic relationship, but it's the best thing ever. Like, what the F is that? Like, get yourself someone who you could have a nice relationship with, guys. You know, you should want to feel cherished in this relationship and not just be fighting all the time in this toxicity cesspool thing.
Isn't that kind of like a bit of a trope in pop music though? Like in general,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm in a terrible relationship, but I like it.
Yeah.
And I feel like
it.
that works sometimes because for a lot of folks, that's kind of relatable. Like, okay, side note, it is a very big, like, have you guys heard the term recession pop?
Yes.
Oh yes.
It is a very big trope in recession pop to be like, I'm in a terrible relationship, but I'm loving it, you know? So does that say something about the economy? I don't know.
I feel like
no.
recession pop kind of plays off of also like starving artists, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
yeah, a
like,
little bit, yeah.
my art is worth like struggling for, you know, things like that, right?
Very interesting. Actually, I guess it's not that interesting. It's a lot of groups I've noticed do like a very chill song for their second comeback after their debut. I guess first comeback after debut. Like Baby Monster did that. aespa did that.
They did.
I guess that's the only two examples I can think of off the top of my head. Leave your comment below if you can think of more. But this felt very strategy-wise very similar. It was an attempt to give them more character, establish artistry, and say, hey, look at us. We're not just pretty. We can sing really well.
To be fair, the shots were great. They looked really pretty in this music video. Like, right? And that was my main takeaway. I was like, God damn. This is great.
They look great. They do look great.
Yeah.
Lots of pretty shots.
Substance-wise, though, musically, right? Like,
Well, okay. Well, let's actually talk about the song, right? Arrangement-wise, I like the electronic heavy R&B sound.
I agree.
Yeah. It was a very interesting decision to do the little 16th note, that thing. It's not particular on this side of K-pop. It kind of worked. Didn't hate it. Vocals, let's talk about the falsetto, right? There's a lot of falsetto. The chorus is in falsetto mostly. There's a lot of the verses that are not in falsetto have a big airiness to them. They're very airy.
Super airy, yeah.
Even the vocal lines that were meant to be a little more grounded, a little more firm, I think. And just for full context, I'm not a vocal director. I'm not a vocal teacher. I have never taken a vocal lesson in my life. But what I can say musically is that I look for balance. I always look for balance. But what I can say is I felt like all the airiness could have been balanced out by a voice or two that really grounds it down, keeps it really, near the ground with I don't know. There were definitely moments. I don't know the member names yet to kind of point these out, and the lyrics I was looking at did not have the member names on it, so I couldn't tell you who it is. But there were members that had a lot more lower over range, and they were trying to keep it down. But even that, maybe it was the way it was mixed. I don't know. It felt very top heavy. I'm talking like it's got to be low, like Daniel Caesar on the first track of his last album, kind of low. You know what I mean? Which is not that low, but it's still low. You know what I mean? Like you just keep it grounded. Keep it. Give it a balance, I don't know. That's where I felt like the song lost me a little bit. But it was a good mood.
It's a mood.
It's a good mood. It's a good vibe,
I mean, it's interesting. I think after you mentioned it, Warren, I do think it might be a starting trend to do like a slow song after a very like high energy debut. But I think it can be a double-edged sword where you get like a different side. I think the main purpose of this might have been to also show range and like vocal abilities for all of the members, because nobody had a rap line here. Like all the members were vocal heavy, which was cool. I think it did that. I just don't know how far they're going to explore that, because I think showing it just to say like, oh yeah, we can do this too, it's nice, but exploring it further down the line would be better. And knowing that they also have a technically it's a B-side, but then I feel like I've heard more about this called Body. They had a Studio Choom.
It's what you would expect for a Teddy girl group. It's way more what you would expect.
I ended up being confused. I saw that and I was like, oh, did I watch the wrong video? Because I thought
Me too.
I was like, oh no, is there a video for Body? And no, it's Toxic is the main track, I believe. So it's interesting. I think based on how they end up promoting after would be nice to see like where they want to go, how vocal heavy they're going to actually be. But
real quick, I'm looking at the press release. It says it's a double title. So
okay, so maybe there will be a music video.
Maybe we're gonna get a music video down the line.
Body is apparently also a title. Maybe we'll get a music video later. We'll see.
Yeah, I find it interesting, and to be honest, I think there needs to be like you mentioned, a little bit more depth for this kind of sound to really work. I think one of the members that stood out to me that kind of had that range was Gawon, I think.
Yes.
I think that's her name. I would have loved to.
We need more. We need more.
Yeah,
Gawon.
I think the falsetto seemed a little. I don't want to call it forced, but I feel like maybe the thought was, oh, this kind of track needs to go high. Like everybody should go high. Everybody should meet that. I don't know. I feel like maybe if they would have gone a different route as far as sound, they could have showcased the range better. But
did you guys, were you guys not a fan of the falsetto in general, or was it too much of it was the issue?
I felt like it fit what they were going for.
It fit the sound. I don't know if it fit them. Does that make sense?
Well, I feel like for what it was, it worked well. I'm just not the biggest fan of doing that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. No, that's
Gawon and Narin participated in the writing of the lyrics for this song as well.
Oh wow.
That is a
All
fact.
English too, yeah.
Yes, they have a lot of English speakers in this group, if I understand. Hey, you know, I might not be the biggest fan of this Toxic song, but it's got my attention. Like, oh, okay, Teddy. Okay, meow. I'm curious now, you know, which is a good thing. It feel like they're cooking up something. I don't know if it's good or bad yet, but they're definitely cooking, right? Not my style of song, but honestly, it's interesting. A lot to think about with this meow group. We good?
We will see where this goes.
Parting words? Yeah. All right, here's the list of other songs. Shiny Mino callback, JYP Easy Lover. He's been promoting the shit out of this song. He's everywhere on all my variety shows right now. Day 6 Sunjin solo debut, Check Pattern, Epic's Universe, Super Junior Yesung, It's Complicated, NCT Doyoung The Story, Kino, Everglow, Ivan David Guetta released Supernova, NCT Dream Flying Kiss, which was a pre-release, True Pink Cloud, NCT Dream When I'm With You, which was the title track, and Hype and No Doubt, Lovely's 10th anniversary song November, Cave released You, Primrose Steelheart, Eve, Viola, Hwasa B-Side Star, BB, Dere. You should check that one out. That's a provocative music video. Eyelid, Tiki Tac, which I believe they're going to promote a little bit. We have Classy with Psycho and Beautiful, Jin, BTS's Jin, Running Wild, Taeyeon, Letter to Myself, Next, Nalina. Yeah, those are all the songs that came out in the past 2 weeks. An absolute ton of them. If we have some time in the future, maybe we'll come back and cover some of them. But it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to get my stream going because we got to do the SojuScore thingamajig. Yeah. While we're here, though, we promised last time that we would discuss the threshold for Hall of Spice, right?
We would, yes.
Yeah.
Number one, hello, SojuScore. We're gonna score the new releases. I forgot to introduce the segment, but we are here now. Since we introduced this system, these are the songs that got above a 7. Yena, Nemo Nemo, which was on the week before we technically started doing this, got a 7.06. XG, If You Know You Know, got a 7.29. Espa Whiplash got a 7.41. ITZY Imaginary Friend got a 7.47. We started off with a threshold of 7.5 needed to enter the Hall of Spice. We've quickly realized that's way too high. So we are going to discuss where we think we should lower it to. I think there's two options, really. You could go 7.25 or you could go 7.3 at this point.
Do you prefer one over the other, though?
I kind of do.
Okay.
Do speak.
So historically, this Hall of Spice system, right, has got us to end up with like somewhere between 10 and 15 songs fairly consistently, right? Which means we should be getting one at maximum, maybe 2 songs a month that enter the Hall of Spice. I do like how it's still an exclusive thing. I'm down for being more exclusive than inclusive, and I would like 7.3 to be the threshold.
I don't disagree with that.
What about you, Anita? Basically, do you think If You Know You Know from XG is worthy of Hall of Spice?
I know it is. If you know, you know.
So you think you would prefer a 7.25?
But see, back, I have some regrets because I will say that now, looking back on the way I voted, I wish I would have pushed some songs a little higher.
Okay,
and I think If You Know You Know is that one song I wish I would have pushed higher. Because I'm not against a 7.3, but it does hurt that XG won't make it.
I feel like we can't.
Tough.
I feel like we can't choose the cut line based on If You Know You Know. Because as much as I love If You Know You Know, it is one song, and I feel like the number we decide on, we like after today we probably shouldn't shift anytime in the near future. what I do like about 7.3 over 7.2 or 7.25, I ran some. I don't want to say simulations, but I got a
runs.
What?
Like a test run?
Yeah. I got a couple. I got a couple like test runs. I got like a table up of like potential scores and like what that would play out to. And I felt like it was. I have been on the side where I feel like it's probably a better idea to keep it a little more exclusive than inclusive. I don't want to lower the tier. I don't want to lower the bar too much because I want it to be really inclusive of songs that we all agree are really great, rather than maybe one person doesn't really like and then the three other folks really like. You know what I mean? In that aspect, I felt like 7.3 is where I lean a little more towards. Because like for example, if Doug and I gave a song 8, Anita gave a song a 7. It means the Soju votes would need to be at least a 6.2. That's how that numbers play out. Which I feel like having 2 8s balances out having a bit of a lower score in the 6-ish area. I felt like 7.3 is where I lean towards personally.
7.3. Anita, are we okay with that?
Yep.
All right. So because we have lowered the bar to Hall of Spice to 7.3 for the time being, hopefully we won't have to touch this again, but maybe we will. We don't know. But because we lowered to 7.3, we have 2 new members of the Hall of Spice class of 2024. So the initial class right now, as it stands, is NMIX Dash, Le Seraphim Easy, Chunga, Eeny Meeny featuring ATEEZ Hongjun, Islet Magnetic, Rise Impossible, New Jeans How Sweet, Nayeon ABCD, and now the 2 new members are Espo Whiplash and Itzy Imaginary Friend.
Both of which are really good songs.
Yeah. Really good songs. Really and I think that's pretty fair, honestly. Hey, so that's what it is. Let's now talk about this week's songs, guys. We got to be doing that. All right. Just to remind the viewers at home, if you look at the screen, we might have to adjust this graphic, but that's how our scoring system is. 5 is an average song, so if it's a bang average song, it's getting a 5. You can look and kind of see what we think over here. All right, first song, TXT Over the Moon. I think it's a 6. I think it's a good song, but I don't think it's anything mind-blowing. So I would give it a 6.
I also gave it a 6. Yeah, similar reasons.
That's crazy. I also gave it a 6. I thought it was pretty good.
Oh,
pretty
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just good, but it's not
good.
Great, right? SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang voted. They gave it 6.26. So we all kind of agree. All right, so as it stands, TXT Over the Moon. Its SojuScore 6.06. That's like, it's literally a 6, guys. It's a good song. It's a good song.
It's a good. I would check it out if you like this kind of music.
All right, I'm gonna shock you with my next score. This VIVIZ joint, right?
Okay.
Shhh.
Shh, not shush. It's shh.
Shh. I give it a 7.
Oh my god! Wow.
I thought it was really good from VIVIZ. I like what they're doing here. 5, Anita. Feels like a 5 from me.
6. Another 6.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. There were just a couple of parts where I was a little confused, but the concept, the vibes, it's fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. This isn't working for me. I don't know. I tried.
4?
3? Oh,
Oh my.
Okay, well, the SojuTalk Nation Gochu Gang voted. They did not agree with Warren. Gave it a 6.86, guys. As a result, VIVIZ got a 5.71. Oh my god, Warren. Good luck, Warren. Good luck in the comment section.
It is what it is.
I told y'all I was going to make a game time decision for XG Howling between an 8 and a 9, right?
A 9.
I've been convinced that it's a 9. It's a 9.
There you go. Hey, yo.
I also, guys, I did my due diligence. I looked back at that top 10 of the year so far songs that we did, right? It would be fighting for a top 5 spot.
Wow.
That's why I feel like giving it a 9 for me. That's how I'm justifying it, is that I was looking at the top line of my songs, right? I have Eyelid Magnetic, On and Off by My Monster, Rise Impossible, QWERTBH, To Us, Plot Twist. It's in that grouping for me. So that's why I'm giving it a 9. Year defining for me.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, I was between two numbers, but I think I was on the lower end.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say 2, and I was like, holy shit.
No, of course not. I'll skew a little higher. This is an 8. for me.
Okay, Anita, let's go.
With the disclaimer though, if you know, you know, should have been a 9 for me. I'm sorry. I was
You
it
can't
was
change
too.
that in
I
retro?
was new to the system, and I was being more critical. But in the long run, it's a 9. But this one is an 8.
All right. I can't speak for Anita's revisionist history, but I can speak for XG. I think it does a terrific job of what K-pop should do, what it should achieve. It's a well-written song. It's a well-performed song. Vocals are great. Rap is great. It's consistent with what they've been doing, but it's also expanding the boundaries of both their catalog and the overall genre of K-pop. The theming is followable, but it's also pretty interesting. It's kind of unique. And what I'm left with in terms of criticisms are like, they're just like wish list items. Not really anything I need to criticize them about. This is, from the very beginning, this has been a 9, and it will continue to be a 9 for me.
Let's go. Okay. So SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang voted. They gave XG Howling 6.72.
No, man!
wow.
Wait!
Guys, they prefer VIVIZ over
do.
XG Howling.
What?
Interesting.
And Warren was here thinking this is probably going to get like a top 3 score ever from them, right?
I
He
was like
thinking-
expecting like a 7.5 or some shit, man.
Well, it's okay. As a result, XG Howling 8.18.
Whoa.
The highest score we've ever given out.
Oh
Okay.
man. XG number 1.
Also, it enters the Hall of Spice.
Here we go.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of like there's a big disconnect here. We're gonna have to talk about this one, guys,
Wow, that's crazy.
on the SojuTalk channel in the
future.
comments. Let's discuss this because there's a disconnect here, guys.
Crazy.
Let's go to ATEEZ. Ice on My Teeth. I was going to give this like a sub 5 rating at the beginning of the day today,
Oh.
but I ended up listening to this like 20 times. I'm giving it a 5. It's a 5. It's a 5. I don't think it's bad anymore.
Alive.
Okay.
Yeah. I liked the 5. I liked the beat. So I was thinking like, it's a 5. It's a 5.
It's a
It's a 5.
I'm gonna lean a little lower, say it's a 4. It's a little underwhelming for me. I think there are certain expectations with the sound, ATEEZ, K-pop. Like, I felt like all of that was a little under. Music video looks great though. I'll give you that.
Yes. I wish I could look that dapper, honestly. SojuTalk Nation Gochu Gang gave it 4.82.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
as a result, ATEEZ with Ice on My Teeth gets a 4.70. Oh god, guys. Yeah, that is its SojuScore. Finally, we have this Meow song, Toxic. You know, it might not be my cup of tea, but I could tell that they're doing something interesting. I liked a lot of parts of the song. I like the aesthetic. I'm giving this one a 6. I thought this was
Me too. 6.
okay.
Wow, we are surprisingly consistent where we are consistent. I also have a 6.
Okay,
Ooh.
and then the SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang voted.
Give it up.
Pretty much gave it a 6 as well. Hey! As a result, it gets a 6 point. It literally gets the same score. Yeah, because it's basically there.
wow.
Yeah. It's the same score as TXT.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Wow.
So the Soju scores this week. We have TXT Over the Moon with a 6.06. VIVIZ Shhh with a 5.71 due to Warren's 3. XG Howling gets the biggest score we've ever given out, 8.18.
That's crazy.
We have ATEEZ Ice on My Teeth, 4.7. And then Meow Toxic, same score as TXT with 6.06. That is the Soju scores this week with XG Howling entering the Hall of Spice. Joining Itzy Imaginary Friend and Espa in this current format that we're doing. All 3 great songs. Anita, we're at 2 weeks of show winners. Hit us with
Oh
them.
boy. Yeah, quite a list. But starting off with the viral hit, ATEEZ, Rosé Bruno Mars. They won twice on Show Music Core, and then on Inkigayo, giving them a triple crown on that one. So they have a total of 8 wins so far with that song. Then we have aespa with Whiplash. They won on Inkigayo with a total of 3 wins for them. Then the boys with Trigger, they won on Show Champion and Music Bank, 2 wins so far. And then TXT with Over the Moon, Show Champion and Music Bank wins, 2 for them as well. Then we have Kepler with Tippy Tap, 1 on the show. And then Triple S, Visionary Vision, that unit, hit the floor, first win on the show.
Oh, one other news I want to talk about Triple S real quick is that they are slated to perform at Alex Pereira, his fan meeting in Korea. Alex Pereira is like the top dog in UFC at the moment. He's the guy who says chama. That's his thing. He's the Brazilian like native warrior man. He's like he's a really cool dude. I watch MMA. He's like the guy right now. He's won world championships in 2 weight classes. He might be going for a 3rd soon. Like he's the guy. He's in Korea right now. He's hanging out with the Zombie and his bros. But they're gonna be doing a fan meeting, and Triple S is performing at it. By the way, so yeah,
that's a collaboration.
Interesting collab.
Yeah, so that is going on there. All right, that ends part 1. SojuTalk episode 304. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we're finished covering 5 songs. We are now here at the news and events from the past 2 weeks. Anita's kind of apparently been checked out, so she doesn't know like the stuff I'm about to drop on her.
I don't.
We have Seunghan
though.
news. Did you know, Anita? We have Seunghan news. So SM back on November 14th announced, "Hello. This is SM Entertainment. We would like to share an announcement regarding our artist Seunghan. Seunghan is preparing to debut as a solo artist in the second half of 2025 and is receiving full support and guidance across several aspects considered essential for a solo debut, including training, producing, management, and more." So, Anita, he's not joining Rise. He's a solo artist now. That's what SM decided to do.
They're trying to put a Band-Aid on it.
And also, the image they used for his upcoming solo debut, they recycled an image from when he was in Rise from a different photo shoot, by the way.
What?
Yeah. So, their decision on the Seunghan thing, OT6, OT7 thing, was to say, F all that, solo artist.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone in our Discord had the most accurate comment to this. They said, now OT7 people who boycotted SM split into 2 parts. One who will continue to boycott SM and will sue the Wreath people and want return of Seunghan the Rise. Number 2, people who will stop boycotting and will support Seunghan solo. So now we have OT6 people that support Rise, solo stands, OT7 who will boycott, OT7 who will support Rise, Seunghan fans, people who don't care and will support both. So
We got everything now.
that is where we are now with this.
That's crazy. I honestly did not think that was going to be a solution. I thought, but
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked.
some surprises,
to be
I
honest.
guess.
I mean, I guess if you are excluding fans, if you're excluding OT7 folks, are you trying to? I can move that. Give me a second.
Yeah, move it a little bit. Yeah.
If you consider how SM has been looking at this, it's not the worst idea in the world because like
But this no one's happy with this though. You know what I mean?
but like from SM's perspective, to play the devil's advocate, it's like probably the best strategy they can pull at this point.
It's a major sweep
now,
under the rug move.
It's a huge sweep under the rug, but like if you've already excluded a huge part of the fandom, this is the only move to bring parts of it back. You know what I mean?
That's what my thought was
Like
as well.
this is the
like-
best way to like reap something. Yeah,
It's one of those situations we're gonna appease you, but not exactly what you want.
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
So that's where we are with this.
I don't know. It'll come down to how big the boycott movement will continue to go after this.
Yeah. How satisfied will they be?
As is with most online boycotts, I don't know how strong or weak it'll be, if I'm honest with you. So
We'll have to see what the numbers are
Yeah.
when Rise actually comes back. And now we have a Sungan Solo debut next year, apparently. Let's keep going. So, SM shared upcoming plans for 2025. New girl group debut in Q1 2025.
okay, that
30th anniversary project plus SM Town live concert plus album. I'm praying for an SM Town world tour. I would love to
Please,
see
it's
it.
been so long.
We have NCT Mark
I
first
will be
regular
there.
album, EXO Kai mini album, Sugi mini album, NCT Wish mini album, NCT 10 mini album. So those are just the things we have so far from SM. But the main thing people were talking about was SM Town and then this new girl group. It's developed to the point where they announced that the new girl group will make their first public appearance on SM Town Live in Gokcheon Skydome on January 11th and 12th in Korea.
Whoa.
So it's like it's fully confirmed. And if you look at
Coming
this
up.
photo, we got
Yeah.
8 girls in this photo.
8 girls. Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that you know what's weird? aespa finally popped off like massively, and they're like, new girl group, let's do it, boom, right? Like,
It's crazy, but
I feel like aespa's on a very stable track now. We're ready.
yeah, for sure.
Excited for the Mark solo full length though. Like that's kind of unexpected. Like a full length? Wow.
Maybe he'll do he did Spider-Man. He should do Venom now. You know,
oh,
it is with that Venom. Let's keep going. So now we're gonna start the hype bonanza. We got some good news, bad news, lawsuit, crazy stuff, plagiarism.
here we go.
But the first good thing, well, not a good thing, but BTS full comeback, all the bros. So they are talking about it, but it was initially slated to happen 2025, now in 2026. So they're gonna delay it an entire calendar year. We're not gonna get it till 2026.
Oh.
That's the first thing. So that means Jin's gonna be out of the military like 15 months before they actually do before they do the comeback.
well.
So there
anything's
is
gonna
that.
happen.
I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of solo stuff before then, but let's keep going. So first of all, Hype didn't apologize for the industry trend report, so they still don't think it's that bad, right? So that's the first thing. Little update on that. Let's keep going. So last year, the Korean National Assembly, right? They listed what they considered leading companies in Korea, and Hybe and Weverse were in those leading companies. Well, 50,000 people signed the petition to get them to remove Hybe and Weverse from the leading company list.
Oh.
So there is that.
Oh.
And apparently in Korea, if enough people sign this petition, they have to like talk about it in the government system. Like you're forced to.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like a communal nationwide Q&A forum where like once you get enough petitions, there needs to be some sort of response. Although I will admit they will often give bullshit responses. Like I remember one of the petitions was about like, why do only men have to serve in the military? And then the response to that, President Moon at the time, his response was, ha ha ha. That's a very interesting question. Let's move on.
Oh, that's
But
it.
it will be heard by the government at some point.
It will
this
be
one.
heard. Yeah, I wouldn't put too much weight on this if I'm very honest.
Yeah, so that was just a side piece. Next one, Minijin, one of her house, so she has multiple houses. One of her houses was seized among the costly legal battle.
Holy
as
shit.
the creditor filed a 100 million won claim against the property. So someone says Minijin owes me like 75k USD, so we're gonna put a lien on her house.
Goddamn.
So there is that. They also said obviously the house is appreciated in value a lot, right? So the house is worth a lot more than it once was. So that's also involved. So that's the first Min Hee-jin money thing. But the second one is she announced that she's exercising that put option, even though Hybe is saying she doesn't have it anymore. So it has been confirmed that Min Hee-jin, the former CEO of Adore, recently notified Hybe of her intention to exercise her put option regarding her shares in Adore. This put option is a key element of that shareholders agreement Min made with Hybe, drawing attention to the reason behind her sudden decision to exercise it. There's some jargon here, but as of Adore's April audit report, she holds 18% of Adore. Based on these figures, she could make as much as 26 billion Korean won, so this is over 20 million USD. However, before Min can secure the large sum of money, a legal battle is likely to happen. In July, Hybe notified Min Hee-jin of the termination of the shareholders agreement, citing trust issues. So how does she have this option? But she insists that the agreement remains valid and thus she can get this money.
Interesting.
Okay, so
That's where we are with this.
the TLDR is Hybe said the shareholder agreement is no longer valid. Min Hee-jin said yes, it still is. Because she thinks it still is, she's going to exercise her put options.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
So it's gonna have to play out in court now again.
Okay, that's going on the long list of more court cases and investigations.
Yeah, so there's that one. So basically she's saying like, no, I want my money, even though Hype's like, well, the contract where you can get this money doesn't exist anymore. So how are you allowed to do this? And she's like, no, it's still valid. We're good. The next thing was the New Jeans members. This is the big one. New Jeans members sent a certified letter to Adore under their real names, which contains their demands for correction on the violations of the exclusive contract within 14 days of receiving the letter. It is also stated that the members will terminate their contracts with Adore if they don't take corrective measures, specifically fix the things in their demands. In response, Adore stated that they haven't received the letter yet. So the majority of the demands, so I have a list of some of them. It includes Min Hee-jin being CEO again. That's definitely one of the demands. Other ones include we request measures be taken against the manager of the subsidiary label who ordered their artists to ignore Hani. So, you know, the bullying situation there. We request measures be taken to correct High PR team's attempt to undervalue the achievements of New Jeans. They want the removal of that footage from when they were trainees. You remember that footage came out.
Yeah.
We request Adore address the devaluation of New Jeans' achievement caused by the controversy surrounding Hybe's advanced purchase tactics. You remember we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
We did, yeah.
So yeah, all of this is involved in this. So they listed the whole laundry list of demands of all the things Hybe does wrong. Hybe has done wrong. People are like, realistically, Hybe isn't gonna do all of these things. So the writing's kind of on the wall here. Right.
It comes down to what New Jeans is gonna interpret as some sort of action towards resolving this situation. Some of it's a little like some of this is written vague. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we request measures to be taken. Like they're not saying you need to fire this person. You know what I mean? You need to take away their bonus. You know, like something needs to be done. It's like so. A lot of this feels. While unsolvable, it also feels pretty open for interpretation.
Yeah, I just feel like they're kind of positioning themselves to terminate the contracts, if I'm to be honest, right? That's what it kind of feels like to me.
I just said the opposite, Doug.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Like, I feel like if like there's a lot of room for interpretation. You know what I mean? Like this is rather vague in terms of what are the actions, what are the measures. It's not like very prescriptive. You know what I mean?
Well, they had performed at an award show.
They did, yes.
This week, and some of those comments are kind of food for thought, right?
Yeah.
We'll get to that eventually.
Yeah.
So let's keep going. So we had that thing. Next thing, Adore finally issued the statement saying in response to the legal, so they got it, guys, they got it. They said that they promised to resolve the issue wisely with the artists. So that's what they stated. So a big PR response there. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, now we have some other stuff that happened. So there was also a big the plagiarism evidence is starting to come into play now. You remember they talked about Eilish plagiarizing New Jeans. That's like been one of Minijin's biggest things, right? So on October 11th, Minijin stated, quote, an internal HYBE employee reported that Islet's creative director requested New Jeans' planning proposal. The whistleblower claimed that Islet's proposal was identical to New Jeans. However, on October 24th, HYBE COO and the CEO of B-Lift Lab testified at a parliamentary audit that denying all of these allegations. So basically, Minijin said they literally took my proposal and copied it, right? And HYBE is saying, no, we might have gotten the proposal, but ours was different.
Okay.
So that's essentially what they're arguing.
Just so we're understanding, just so we're using language that's closer to American corporate, by planning proposal, we're talking about a deck that outlines what the theming's gonna look like, how they're gonna be identified, how they're gonna be characterized, that sort of thing, like a slide deck that shows the directive, the stage gates that need to happen before debut, that sort of thing. That's what I got with the visuals below. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this is like the first. So if I move on, there's now 2 lawsuits going on.
Okay.
About this. So there's one lawsuit literally about this plagiarism thing, right? That's one lawsuit that's going on. Right here. So the B-Lift Lab lawsuit against Minijin will begin in January 2025. So because of this plagiarism stuff, right, that happened, they're suing Minijin for like defamation.
Right.
Okay.
So there's 2 lawsuits, right? One of the lawsuits here is the argument of the plagiarism stuff, right? Right here. B-Lift had previously stated the claim that Islet plagiarized New Jeans' plan was not true and had filed this lawsuit in June. So this one was filed back in June. This lawsuit is basically stating the validity of the claim. Did Islet's people copy New Jeans' stuff, right? That's one lawsuit.
Okay.
Additionally, there's another lawsuit now. Currently, B-Lift Lab stated, in addition to that lawsuit, we have filed a complaint for obstruction of business and defamation against Minijin, who's causing damage by making false claims against the company and Islet. So now there's 2 lawsuits here.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like
one of them's, yeah.
I mean,
one's a defamation suit and one is the actual meat of the situation.
well, I mean, it feels like it's just dependent on one thing. Like it's like whether it comes down to how court is going to interpret whether this is plagiarism or not.
So yeah, so now we at least have a date now, because they've already been working on this plagiarism court case.
Okay.
Now they're gonna start working on the defamation lawsuit too.
I mean,
So many.
don't they already
That's-
have one defamation suit going towards Minijin already? Is this adding to, like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
well, this one they're suing her for 2 billion won. Well, they have a tangible number that they're
okay.
suing for.
all right. Well,
So that is that one. So that ends the HYBE dumpster fire update. Okay, we're back. Let's keep going. We had a humongous discussion behind the scenes about her put options. We figured it out though. We're good. It's too confusing. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
So the boys, they left
Oh,
IST, right? But they have now all signed for 100 is the company. It is a entertainment agency founded by MC Mong
oh, not this guy
That one.
again.
and Chaga-won, the chairman of Park Group or Park Group, I'm assuming. It is a subsidiary. Its subsidiary labels include Big Planet Made, which includes Isungi Taemin, and other people, and CBX from EXO. So basically, they are now in that 100 Big Planet Made umbrella thing. So that is where the boys are going. It remains seen if they can still maintain the name The Boys. The trademark is obviously owned by IST, so we don't know if they're going to get the full name or not.
Wow.
That is their. So that's like kind of good news if you're a The Boys fan, because IST hasn't been too good and like, you know, the group wants a fresh start. But in bad news, there was a Saseng incident.
Oh, ew.
No.
Sonu, let me just summarize this. Sonu was coming home from some kind of schedule, right?
Okay.
He was taking the elevator up, right? And right when he reached his floor, a Saseng who was hiding in the stairwell jumped out.
Oh, ew. What
Right?
the
Oh my
fuck?
God.
So he screamed for the staff. He's like, yo, staff, there's a crazy person,
Oh,
right?
Oh.
The staff came over and they're like, whoa, what the F is going on here? The Saseng, who is his Saseng fan, got aggressive. And while they were trying to restrain this person, this Saseng fan beat up the managers, and beat him up a little bit too.
What the fuck?
What?
So he had to go to the nearby hospital with the staff for a checkup and treatment after the incident.
Oh, God.
What the fuck?
That's literally what happened.
That's not a fan. That's just.
What kind of delusional cuckoo are you?
Right here. He was beaten. So I read the summary. So he was beaten as the person tried to escape, and the person was arrested on suspicion of residential burglary and assault.
Yeah, that's just assault. That's not a fan.
Yeah.
So Sonu and the staff visited a hospital for checkups and treatment
God.
after the incident.
Oh my god.
They said, and then so IST also stated, in other cases, the boys' vehicles have been geotagged with location trackers. Tires have been slashed, and they said we will have zero tolerance towards these people.
That's not a fan.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Like this, is beyond
Crazy,
fucking
so
stupid.
This person is his fan stalking him, and then they jump out, and he doesn't have a good reaction. So then they decide. And they get confronted, and while trying to run away, they got chased a little bit, and they start beating them all up. Is apparently what happened.
What kind of interaction is this?
Yeah,
I don't know what to say.
That's just assault. That's why
Imagine this guy. He's tired from his schedule. He's like, "Oh, finally, we get to go home." You reach your floor, and a crazy person jumps out.
Good lord.
That's traumatizing.
Yeah,
traumatizing for sure. So that is what happened there. Absolutely.
I hope they're okay.
Let's keep going. Next one, Korean Grand Music Awards occurred, right? So this is a new show that is going on. It is in its first year of existence. Let me see, who is it? It's Ilgan Sports. The previously created the Golden Disc Awards, but now they're creating a new award show. Very K-pop centric award show. We had 2 groupings of daesangs on day 1. Grand Artist New Jeans, Grand Record G Idol, and then Grand Honor Choice Zero Base 1. So they won on Artist Day. Those were the 3 daesang winners.
What are these winners based off of?
I don't know.
They just randomly chose whoever they like?
Yeah, well, like
right.
QWER got Best Band. So that's something. Youngji got Best Hip Hop. So there's that. So those are the daesang winners from day 1.
Okay.
They had a day 2, which was for Song Day. Grand Song went to aespa, Grand Performer day 6, and Grand Honors Choice went to ATEEZ and aespa.
aespa again.
So those were the daesang winners from the Grand Music Awards.
Congrats to all the winners, but
at least no one shit themselves at this one. So there's that. And then finally, though, here's the food for thought. So New Jeans won that daesang, right? Here are some quotes from the awards acceptance speech. Hani stated, quote, "We honestly, we don't know when we'll be New Jeans anymore, but with the 5 of us and Bunnies, our relationship cannot be destroyed by anything, so let's stick together till the end." And then Danielle added, "Even if we are not New Jeans anymore, New Jeans never die."
God damn.
So,
That
yo.
sounds so sad.
I think that says what that says.
Yeah, so there is that. So that is that. Next one, a big spoiler. Also, Stacy, some of the members were crying during the speech. That was a cute moment people saw. But I'm gonna spoil the winner of Road to Kingdom in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gravity won Road to Kingdom.
Oh wow.
Ace of Ace. So they will be on the main show. I think Kingdom, which is gonna happen next year. So
Nice.
shout out to Gravity. I feel like Gravity has been kind of like, I wouldn't say left behind, but kind of lost in the jumble of all these new groups, right?
A little bit, yeah.
It's been a minute since I
It's good for them.
heard of them.
Next one. So Wake One had to announce a statement about ISNA album design. So basically, here's the proof. Let's just get to it. It's like a 1-to-1 copy.
Man.
So ISNA's debut album had a controversy. They basically copied one of the New Jeans album designs. So they are going to be changing the design. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, don't do that.
In other news, ISNA, they dropped like the choreo for the debut song of the chorus. The chorus part.
Oh, they did?
So you can find it online.
Is the entire song available too with it?
I don't think so, but I at least saw the chorus choreo. So
Okay.
it was in my recommended on YouTube. So there is that. Let's keep going. So V announced White Christmas with V and Bing Crosby.
Oh my
Coming out
God,
on
that's a
December
cute
6th.
Cover.
Oh wow.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so we're doing that. That's pretty fun. That's a legendary cover. We gotta make T-shirts of this, guys. Come on.
That is so cute.
How is Bing Crosby joining us?
That's a question right there.
AI?
Also, if we keep going, there was rumors of Jisoo making her comeback. You know, all the Blackpink girls are doing comebacks right now. But her management said, nah, not happening this year.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Not happening.
Never mind.
Not happening. You know what is happening though? Bruno Mars performing at the 2024 Mama Awards.
Let's go.
Bruno Mars will be there. Additionally, Rose, of course, is gonna be there.
Right.
We also got G-Dragon is performing at Mama. So that is happening. We also got Anderson .Paak and JYP collaboration stage.
What?
Oh, I don't
You have
know.
Silk Sonic?
Yeah, where's the Silk Sonic duo?
They're already there. Come on.
It's kind of crazy, right? Or there's a lot of big names showing up to this. It should be a pretty crazy time.
At least Anderson .Paak is like quarter Korean. What does Bruno? What does Bruno Masashi have to do with any of this?
He did the song.
Hey, Bruno Mars has won more music show wins this year than a lot of your faves at home, guys. So
Fuck you.
Put some respect on his name. Let's keep going. So now we got world tours. Stray Kids, look at this giant tour.
Whoa.
So Stray Kids is doing a big tour. So I'm not going to list all the dates. They're going Latin America, North America, Europe, and the UK. It's from March all the way to July. They're doing stadiums, guys. City Field was where the Mets play. So they are doing giant venues this time.
Big.
SoFi Stadium is the new one in LA. T-Mobile Park is where the Mariners play, I believe. So they are doing massive stadiums. So it's going to be a gigantic tour for them.
Wow.
NCT 127 is also doing a fourth tour. It's right now. Hey, they're going to Asia. They're going to North America. They're going to Japan a lot. So they are doing a tour as well. We got Baby Monster announcing a tour.
Oh wow.
Starting in Seoul, then New Jersey for some reason, and then Los Angeles.
Maybe it's
My guess,
New York.
more to be announced, but it's probably Prudential Center, so
Yeah.
it'll be in Newark. And then we also got Eve with the Apple Cinnamon Toast. Well, not Apple Cinnamon Toast, Apple Cinnamon Crunch Tour in North America.
Oh wow.
So that is happening as well if you're an Eve fan. And then finally, IVE will be performing at Lollapalooza in Paris.
Ooh.
So if you were excited, we need an IVE comeback. I feel like we're due for one, honestly.
It hasn't been too long. We did Ascendio back in July or
was
something.
one, but
August? Let me double check. It hasn't been too long, Doug.
Oh, it hasn't? It
No.
feels like maybe because a lot of their contemporaries are doing like so well right now. Like aespa.
Okay, it was April 29th, so it's been about half a year now. It's not too long.
It's been a while. I feel like, you know what? Maybe it's because I've been getting a ton of IVE content on my shorts and TikTok and stuff like that. I kind of want them to come back. Real soon.
I keep getting Ray doing stupid shit on TikTok.
I get a lot of Ray and Yujin like all the time in my recommendeds. In terms of the music next week though, Bad Villain, Wavy pre-release, Ace, Nowadays, I Chillin' is the debut. It's finally happening to us, and then Wavy the main thing, but it's probably going to be in Mandarin, so we probably won't cover it. But Isna, guys, finally happening.
Finally happening.
Where's my girl Fuko though? She's not in that group. But where's she at?
Oh, we don't talk about that anymore, Doug.
But yeah, that's the end of SojuTalk episode 304. Honestly, it was a pretty fun episode, pretty jam-packed. We learned a ton about options off screen. Very confusing.
We were very confused.
Yeah, it made sense after like 10 minutes, but at the time we were super confused. This Nugent scenario is, I wouldn't say it's super stressing me out, but I am concerned. Definitely concerned about this situation.
Yeah.
We might need $1 billion investor to come buy them out or something to get them out of there. But we will see. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time, though. Isn't the debut. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Ellie, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Liam's Games and Toys, NJ Parks, South Texas once. Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. Thank you, really.